ABC 6 News at 10 starts right now with weather first.
And good evening, everybody. It's a lovely February day we're having here in April, isn't it? We continue to see some light snow falling in southeast Minnesota and northern Iowa. This will be the case over the next few hours before the snow does end overnight. Winter weather advisory for some of our counties here in southeast Minnesota. A winter storm warning for Winona County, Houston County, and counties in Wisconsin, where they could see as much as 6 to 12 inches of snow with this storm system by the time it ends tomorrow morning. Our snow for most of us will end overnight. Temperatures around 30. We're going to have to deal with some gusty winds tonight and tomorrow as well. More on that in your Weather First forecast coming up.
Tonight on ABC 6 News at 10, an overnight scare for a neighborhood in Byron. Find out why law enforcement was asking people to not leave their homes. Plus, one officer is dead and 2 others injured after a shooting breaks out in Cyrus, Minnesota. But first, it's the last thing people want to see in April. But tonight, a late spring snowstorm is giving drivers some headaches. Thank you for choosing ABC 6 News. I'm Alex Cotter. Like Brandon was just saying, it's snowing outside. On April 16th, ABC has been tracking the snow all day. Joining us now is ABC 6 News reporter Jordan Sansom, who's out there enjoying the snow while he can. Jordan, what's it like out there?
Yes, Alex, even though we're in the middle of April does not mean that we're in the clear when it comes to snow. It didn't take long for the snow to cover the roads and highways, creating some hazardous driving conditions. We reached out to MnDOT. They told us that snowplows would be out all night treating the roads. The roads are very slick right now, so make sure to slow down and take your time if you're out driving and give enough room for the snowplows to work.
Now, Jordan, you've been out there driving. What are the roads looking like right now?
Well, it's very windy right now. I was out driving earlier, and there was a car next to me to my left, and he lost control and went off the side of the road into the middle part of the highway where the grass is. Now, thankfully, the car didn't flip over. It remained upright, but that's just a reminder to just slow down and be careful. And hopefully, this might be the last day that we have snowfall like this in April, Alex.
Yeah, Jordan, hopefully it is the last day of snow here in April. Well, here's a look at just how much snow has fallen today. This is a shot of our station's parking lot during our 5:30 show. You can see the cars and grass have a mild layer of snow on them. Now here's a look at the parking lot now. You can see a few inches of snow have accumulated. Like Jordan said, it's creating slick driving conditions. MnDOT is reporting a number of spinouts, crashes, and a few jackknife semis. Again, if you have to drive in the snow, please slow down and give yourself plenty of space between you and other cars. The snowfall is forcing one school district to take action tomorrow. Caledonia Public Schools will be on a 2-hour late start. So far, this is the only school district to report any delays. You can find a full list of our delays on our website at KAAL-TV.com. Well, starting tomorrow, Highway 30 west of Chatfield will be closed. It's part of a project to replace 2 bridges along the highway. The bridge at Mill Creek in Chatfield and the bridge at North Branch Root River in Cummingsville are being replaced. A detour is set up for drivers headed in both directions. Construction is expected to finish in mid-October. You can find more details about these detours on our website at KAAL-TV.com. The public can now return to an area in Byron following an overnight incident that ended with one person being taken into custody. The incident happened near 9th Street Northwest between 2nd Avenue Northwest and 1st Avenue Northeast. According to Olmsted County Sheriff's Office, residents in Byron were asked to stay inside and secure all doors and windows overnight due to a concerning dispatch call. Captain Tim Parkin with the Olmsted County Sheriff's Office explained that a caller told dispatch that a male subject was going to walk to another house in Byron with a rifle and claimed that they were going to shoot at people. After a few hours, the person was taken into custody safely and no injuries occurred. Captain Parkin tells us that they will have more details about this Monday. An officer and 2 deputies in western Minnesota were shot while responding to a domestic call last night. We know now that one of those deputies has died. It happened about 2.5 hours northwest of the Twin Cities in Cyrus, Minnesota. Authorities say 2 Pope County deputies and 1 Starbuck officer were called to a home for a domestic assault. After some investigation, police say they told a man that he was under arrest for assault, and that's when he immediately pulled a gun and began shooting at officers, and they fired back. Officials say all 3 officers were struck. The suspect and Deputy Josh Owen were killed. This shooting comes after 2 officers were killed in western Wisconsin last week. Well, Temple Israel is a synagogue in Minneapolis. They closed their doors today after an anti-Semitic message was found nearby. The decision comes as the Jewish community has faced more incidents of hate in recent years. Brittney Ermon spoke to the leader of the synagogue about how they're reacting to this.
Words are powerful. Words hurt, and words can heal.
Within a mile of Temple Israel, words were scribbled on a bench at a bus stop riddled with anti-Semitism.
Whoever wrote that graffiti was trying to hurt with their words, and we are going to counteract it.
Metro Transit Police was notified late Saturday night that a bus shelter at the corner of Lindale Avenue South and 31st Street West had been vandalized. Police documented anti-Semitic language in a specific reference to Temple Israel. Authorities have since removed the writing. Temple Israel shut down programming on Sunday inside the building to be safe.
Of course, upsetting to say the least.
In 2022, the Anti-Defamation League recorded a 36% increase of anti-Semitic incidents compared to 2021. It's the highest number on record since the organization started tracking the hate crimes 40 years ago.
It's always existed in this world. It's not something new. The question is what we're going to do about it.
Rabbi Shalom Brook leads the Young Jewish Professionals Organization in Minneapolis. As anti-Semitic cases rise, religious leaders explain they're choosing hope over hate.
And it's really our job to spread the light, spread hope, and spread goodness and kindness. One more action of goodness and kindness will really tip the scale of the world.
I have to hold on to hope because otherwise the anti-Semites of the world will win, right? We can't let them win.
That was Brittney Ermon reporting. Metro Police are still investigating with Minneapolis Police. Anyone with information are asked to contact authorities at the number on the bottom of your screen, 612-349-7222. Again, that's 612-349-7222. Another high-profile politician is speaking out about the abortion pill ruling in an interview Sunday on ABC's This Week. Minnesota Democratic Senator Amy Klobuchar said the judge's ruling rescinding FDA approval of the pill is, quote, unbelievable, and that women will be harmed because of this decision.
What is it going to be next? Is that judge going to not like birth control pills? Are we going to have a judge that doesn't like Lipitor? There is a reason that Congress gave FDA the power to make these decisions about safety.
Now, this comes after the Supreme Court issued an administrative stay to keep the abortion drug mifepristone available for now. The drug is the most commonly used medication in terminating early pregnancy. It's used in over half the nation's abortions. The court has until April 20th to decide the next steps. A Republican senator is raising questions about the recent leak of classified Pentagon documents via social media. 21-year-old Air National Guardsman Jack Teixeira was arrested for the leak and could face further charges in the future. According to the criminal complaint, Teixeira held top-secret clearance since 2021 as part of his job as an IT specialist. Senator Lindsey Graham is a former South Carolina Air National Guardsman himself and says he had nowhere near the level of intelligence access Teixeira did when he was in the military.
I was a captain and a major. I would be surprised if I had that kind of information. Yes, the system failed. This is a major failure. Some people need to be fired over this.
Teixeira faces a possible sentence of up to 15 years if convicted. He hasn't entered a plea, but will appear again in court this Wednesday. 4 people are dead and multiple others injured after a shooting in Dadeville, Alabama. Officials say the shooting happened last night at a teenager's birthday party. It's not clear if the shooter has been taken into custody. The shooting has rocked the small city of just over 3,000 people. ABC's Jaclyn Lee has the latest.
Gunfire erupted late Saturday evening during a birthday party in Dadeville, Alabama, a small rural town about 60 miles northeast of Montgomery. Authorities have asked the public to contact them with any information that might help in the investigation.
This is going to be a long, complicated process, but we're going to continue to work through in a very methodical way to go through this scene, to look at the facts, and ensure that justice is brought to bear for the families.
Pastor Ben Hayes told ABC News he'd been at the hospital overnight with families of the victims. Hayes said family members told him the gunfire erupted inside the small party venue when tempers flared during an argument. Officials have not confirmed that children were involved in the shooting, but counseling will be available to students Monday morning.
We will make every effort to comfort those children and don't lose sight of the fact that those are the ones most impacted by this situation.
The police chief described Dadeville, which has a population of about 3,000, as a tight-knit community full of wonderful people.
I ask you to please keep our community in your prayers. I ask you to keep my police department in your prayers. And I also ask each of you, please do not let this moment define what you think about the city of Dadeville and our fine people.
Alabama's Governor Kay Ivey offering her condolences, tweeting, "I grieve with the people of Dadeville and my fellow Alabamians. Violent crime has no place in our state." Jaclyn Lee, ABC News, New York.
A vigil was held tonight for the 4 people who died and the 28 that were injured. The names of the victims have not yet been released. 15 patients, mostly teenagers, were admitted for gunshot wounds last night. Well, coming up, tax season is coming to a close, and there's still time to get your taxes filed. After the break, we have some tips to avoid some tax scams. We'll be right back.
This is how legends are made. Chevy Silverado and new Silverado HD. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or current Chevy owners get $3,750 total cash allowance on all 2023 Silverado pickups with a turbo high-output engine. Visit ChevyDeals.com.
Are you looking for a great deal on home internet and Wi-Fi service? Get an Extreme 360 internet package and get our lowest price ever. We have speeds from 100 meg up to 1 gig with proven network reliability. Plus, every package includes consistently fast Wi-Fi in every room, parental controls, and online security protection with our Wi-Fi 360 Pro. Act now and get our lowest price ever on Extreme 360 internet. Packages start at $29.99 a month for a year. Call 844-EXTREME2.
When it comes to taxes, the last thing you want to deal with is a scam, but unfortunately, tax scams are all too common. Here's ABC's Alexis Christoforous with what to look out for.
Tax scams are prevalent across the country, with fraudsters often trying to impersonate the IRS.
These guys are always on the lookout for getting your money. And something just as valuable as money to them is your personal identity.
IRS spokesman Luis Garcia says there are some big red flags to watch out for. First, the IRS will not threaten you.
Whether it's with arrest from local police, or they're going to foreclose or take your driver's license away, or whatever threat it is, that's not the IRS.
And be suspicious if the person contacting you asks for a specific payment method.
That means you've got to send it through this payment app, or you have to buy gift cards. I am the IRS spokesman. I'm telling you officially here right now, the IRS does not accept gift cards of any type for payment of federal taxes.
The IRS will not call you asking for your credit card number or other personal information, and they will never contact you through text messages or social media.
The IRS primarily is going to communicate with you through the mail. We occasionally, very rarely, we will reach out to you through the phone. But that person will identify themselves, give a badge number, and they will not threaten you. They will not demand immediate payment. They're not going to tell you have to pay a particular way.
Another red flag is urgency.
It gets your brain to stop thinking and only focus on, I've got to get this to stop. I've got to pay them right away.
If you want to verify the IRS is in fact contacting you, you can call 800-829-1040 to confirm. Alexis Christoforous, ABC News, New York.
Still to come, Brandon, I have one question to ask you. Whose fault is it for the snow, you or the groundhog?
Well, of course it's the groundhog, right? I'm just the messenger, and what I can tell you tonight is the roads not looking too good thanks to that snow in southeast Minnesota and northeast Iowa. Most roads partially covered in snow. I'll let you know when the road conditions will improve and when the snow ends in your forecast coming up.
Plus, there's a new way to stay motivated if you're looking to get in shape for the summer. More on this coming up next.
Closed captioning on ABC6 is brought to you by Hearing Associates.
Get Jimmy Dean bacon, just $2.99. And center cut pork chops, 10 for just $10 at Hy-Vee. That's Jimmy Dean bacon, just $2.99. And center cut pork chops, 10 for just $10. Monday only and only at Hy-Vee.
Where there's a flooded basement, there's a solution. Where there are wet spots or musty smells, there's an answer. Where wood damage or dry rot is stealing home value, there's an expert. American Waterworks. For wet basements, wood damage, and effects of dry rot, American Waterworks professional crack repair, waterproofing, sump pumps, and vapor barriers provide long-lasting solutions to tough problems. Wherever moisture problems surface, there's an answer. American Waterworks. Schedule your free inspection and estimate today.
Be the envy of the neighborhood with custom retaining walls and landscaping. We can help make your yard extraordinary. Make your outdoor space pop, from locally grown plants to garden ornaments and decor, even maintenance-free pergolas. Find inspiration for your next DIY project, like a water feature, outdoor kitchen, or fire pit. Plus the area's largest selection of decorative rock and mulch. Custom retaining walls and landscape. Southeast Minnesota's largest full-service hardscape and landscape center. Come see us on the corner of 75th Street Northeast and North Broadway, just off the roundabout.
Follow us on Twitter at ABC6 News KAAL-TV.
What color bra should I wear underneath a white top?
All your burning questions are answered. The most asked cooking questions.
What's the perfect scrambled egg?
Old school medical advice. True or tale?
Do you have to wait 30 minutes after eating to swim?
Mixed Rachel.
Monday at 2 on ABC6.
Get Jimmy Dean bacon, just $2.99. And center cut pork chops, 10 for just $10 at Hy-Vee. That's Jimmy Dean bacon, just $2.99. And center cut pork chops, 10 for just $10. Monday only and only at Hy-Vee.
Whether it's taking a walk or running a marathon, there are many ways you can participate in this year's Spring Fit City Challenge, with the goal of encouraging people to live healthier and have a more active lifestyle. Rochester residents are setting goals on how they can incorporate at least 10 minutes of movement a day for the next 6 weeks. And those who compete and submit tracking sheets will have a chance to win some pretty cool prizes. The Spring Fit City Challenge goes until the end of May, and there is a full list of community events on our website. Well, Brandon, not the best day to go outside and get some exercise. I know I tried to take my dog, Waylon, for a walk earlier, and he took a couple steps outside and wanted to go right back in.
He said no thanks. Of course, you could shovel to get exercise, and I'm sure most of us thought our shoveling days were over for this winter, considering it was just 80 degrees a couple days ago. Now we're dealing with a few inches of snow as we take a live look at our Mayo Clinic Health System Skycam and Albert Lee. Temperature 29 degrees, winds are out of the west or out of the northwest at 37 miles per hour. Look at that wind chill. That's what it feels like. 12 degrees there in Albert Lee. Let's take a look at temperatures across the region. We're looking at upper 20s to low to mid 30s, 29 in Rochester, 30 in Dodge Center, 34 in Austin. Temperatures not going to go down very much further from where they are right now, thanks to that cloud cover and the snow, which does continue to fall. Here you can see on satellite and radar, snow moving from north to south across the region, and this will begin to ease up and move to the east over the next few hours. Not expecting a whole lot of additional accumulation, but you can see this storm center, the area of low pressure right here in central Wisconsin, bringing that moisture up and around the low pressure, even some moisture off of Lake Superior. So again, all of this is tracking to the east and should be out of our area over the next couple of hours, but it is sure doing some damage on our roads. You can see here where the roads are blue. That is partially covered across lots of southeast Minnesota, even into northeast Iowa. Road conditions will improve through the overnight hours as the plows are out doing doing their thing, but of course we still could see some slick conditions even for the Monday morning commute tomorrow. Winter weather advisory you can see here for counties in purple, a winter storm warning for Winona County, Houston County, and also counties into Wisconsin until mid-morning tomorrow, as Wisconsin could see, western Wisconsin rather, 6 to as much as 12 inches of snow with this storm system. So let's time it out now as we head through the overnight hours. Here we are around 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. You can see the bulk of the snow is all over, except if you're heading east from the state line into western Wisconsin. It's still going to continue to fall, not going to wrap up in their area until late tomorrow morning into the afternoon. Eventually the clouds will start to clear as well. We'll get into some sunshine tomorrow afternoon and clearing skies tomorrow night, setting up a very sunny Tuesday. As far as how much snow can we expect to come from this system, not a whole lot for us, maybe a half inch or less. The bulk of the accumulation again right around the I-94-90 corridor in Wisconsin, where they could see another foot of snow on top of the several inches that they have already. A wind advisory is out for some of our counties, in fact all of our counties in northern Iowa through tomorrow morning, as we could see wind gusts of 40 to 50 miles per hour. And you can see the wind gust as we head through the overnight hours. We're looking at gusts of 35 to 45 miles per hour. It's not until about 6 o'clock tomorrow evening those winds will finally start to die down. So tomorrow going to be a very blustery day. You factor in those winds and the cold temperatures. Look at these wind chills. So here are the temperatures up here, upper 20s to low 30s through tomorrow morning. Wind chills going to be in the mid-teens tomorrow morning. So if you put your winter gear in the back of your closet, you're going to have to unfortunately get it back out for at least one more day. 29 tonight. Snow gradually ends. Chilly and windy for tomorrow. We're looking at temperatures generally in the mid to upper 40s here in southeast Minnesota. Could even see some low to mid 50s in parts of northern Iowa tomorrow as we get into some sunshine tomorrow afternoon. Your extended forecast, the pick of the week is Tuesday, sunshine, a high of 56. A chance of storms Wednesday and Thursday with highs in the 50s. And believe it or not, we're going to have to watch that system because Thursday night into Friday, we could even see a mix or a changeover to all snow. Yeah, we might not be done with the snow just yet. And look at those temperatures by Friday and Saturday of the upcoming weekend. We're looking at readings in the 40s and we'll be in the 50s to near 60 the week after. So again, we'll have to watch that storm system closely Wednesday into Thursday and Friday, as we could see rain, storms, even a little bit more snow. Something will narrow down in the next couple days.
Well, at least temperature-wise, we're back to normal April temperatures. I know last week almost kind of felt like kind of an anomaly with how hot it was.
It was. We had 3 days in the 80s, very unusual for mid-April. Right now, we should be in the mid-50s, so we'll see a couple of those days here in the upcoming week where we should be for this time of year.
All right, thanks, Brandon. Well, mark your calendars. Tomorrow, the ABC6 weather team will be bringing us a very special presentation of surviving the storm that will premiere right here on ABC6 News tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Richard Denson now joins us with the latest in sports, but first it's time for our day in sports history. Richard, what happened on this day?
2 Sundays in a row, I'm talking about the Babe. On this day in 1935, 40-year-old Babe Ruth, near the end of his playing days, debuts in the National League with a homer and a single for the Boston Braves as they beat the New York Giants 4-2. This was the final season of Ruth's historic career. When we come back, we head out to the city and franchise Ruth popularized as the Twins look to take the 4-game series. Stay close.
Start your spring cleaning with Rochester Motor Cars. This is a great time to trade up with over 500 fresh new vehicles available. And we'll take the work out of car buying with our best price up front. Start shopping at rochestermotorcars.com.
Do you trust your insurance agent? Do you trust your insurance company? Well, you'd better. Because all they've really sold you is a promise to be there when things go bad. A promise to take care of you, to step up and put everything back the way it was. So if you don't trust your insurance company, maybe it's time to find one you do trust. West Bend, the worst brings out our best.
One of the biggest changes that I have seen is the increasing number of students struggling with basic needs. My students are just one small catastrophe away from having to leave school. They're attending college full-time and they're working a full-time job, or they're working multiple part-time jobs. Then they show up to class, consumed with anxiety and stress. They're not able to focus and do their best work. Now is the time to increase access to higher education in Minnesota.
Want to make a mess?
The Mess Hall offers a fun and creative way to splatter glow-in-the-dark, washable, toxic-free paint in our blacklight room without having to clean up. Need to blow off some steam or feel like breaking stuff? We can help you do that too. Perfect for birthday parties, office team building, date night, family night, or just plain fun. Call us or check out our website to book your time at themesshallmn.com. The Mess Hall, Smash and Paint Rooms, Rochester. Mommy approved.
Spring weather can be refreshing and enjoyable, but it can be just as dangerous and severe.
But we're really watching that cluster up to our north and west. But we are tracking dangerous heat because we will be in alert day status for tomorrow.
Join ABC6 Weather First Chief Meteorologist Chris Kubal and meteorologists Jim Peterson and Spencer Furman as they explain myths and provide tips to help with surviving the storm. Premieres April 17th at 6:30. Brought to you by Weather Shield Roofing, LLC. Only on ABC6.
It's time for spring cleaning, and Rochester Motor Cars is here to help. Clean that old car out of your garage, and we'll give you the actual cash value, whether you buy from us or not. But we think you'll be tempted by our selection of over 1,000 vehicles at Rochester Motor Cars.
Follow us on YouTube at ABC6 News KAAL-TV.
Richard Denson with your ABC6 Sports. Not often do I preview a game so early that's more than a couple of days away. But after looking at what's taking place in the prep softball season thus far and looking at the upcoming schedule, I felt compelled to mark my calendar because this Friday, a rivalry renews between Chatfield and St. Charles softball. We haven't got much eyes yet on the Gophers this season, but let's take a look at things from St. Charles' perspective. The Saints are undefeated and have yet to give up a run this season. They average just over 7 runs a game and look poised to be a major player not only in the Three Rivers Conference, but Section 1AA. The last time these two faced off in the regular season, St. Charles routed the Gophers 10-1. Remember that game? Oh, I sure do. It was near the beginning of the Saints' season-high 12-game win streak, which they carried over to the section tournament where Chatfield got revenge and beat them in the semifinals. Gophers went on to not only win the section, but win a state championship. St. Charles players say they know they are more than capable of being right there where their rivals were, and their contest this Friday will be a step toward proving it.
I give a lot of credit to Chatfield. They came out and they were ready, and I do say we were ready too, but we had a lot of mistakes that I think we definitely learned from and will bring back into the games this year. I think what we did last year after losing against Chatfield, I think we definitely learned from it, and we're back this year hoping that we can get redemption, obviously, as them being our biggest rival.
This season, Mr. Gus was kind of just like, you guys need to have fun, you need to enjoy it, this is the last year, so I think we're just trying to have fun, and when we have fun, we play our best ball.
One of the doubleheaders starts at 4 p.m. at Chatfield, with Game 2 set to follow at 6:30. It's interesting to see what weather in the forecast as we move on to our next story. It seems like the Yankees woke up these last 2 games after the Twins' offense came out on fire for the first 2 games. Still, no matter what, those first 2 games in the Bronx show things may be changing. At least I hope it does. If you expected offense in Sunday's game, this game may not be for you. If you expected good pitching, this game probably was for you. I always say get in where you fit in. Bottom 3rd inning, DJ LeMahieu does that. Hits a line drive in the right field. That scores Aaron Judge as Yanks take a 1-0 lead. Reason why I say get in where you fit in is because this game for the Yanks was about the arm of Garrett Cole. He cruised through the first 8 innings, striking out 10 hitters while allowing 2 hits and walking only 1. Pablo Lopez wasn't too shabby on the mound for the Twins. Cole was just better today. Back to LeMahieu real quick. He essentially was the Yankees' offense. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. He knocks a solo homer that gives the Yanks the 2-0 lead, and that would be the final score. Twins lose. But like I said, progress in the Bronx, and the Twins still in first place in the division. They have Monday off before heading to Fenway to play the Red Sox. It's been quite the day for the NBA playoffs. Several lower-seeded teams won Game 1 on the road. Could the Timberwolves make it 4 for 4? out in Denver taking on the Nuggets in Game 1 of their 1-versus-8 best-of-7 series. Nuggets opened the game on an 8-0 run before Minnesota got on the board. Anthony Edwards, little ISO action, buries the step-back trifecta. The Ant-Man, the spark for these T-Wolves. Few possessions later, how about some more? Edwards again, this time on the fast break, goes coast to coast, puts it in for 2. The T-Wolves eventually found their groove in the early going. At last check, they trailed 26-24 in the early goings of the second quarter. You can find out the final score online. That's a wrap for sports. AB, see you later.
I have plenty of worries in my life. I have a hard enough time making breakfast in the morning. But the one thing I don't have to worry about, my furnace and AC. It never even enters my busy, high-performing mind. Why? I joined Tana Mechanical's Premier program. Think of it like a furnace subscription service, monthly payments, and I don't have to worry about maintenance, repairs, or even furnace filters. It's time you also join a worry-free lifestyle.
Save big on your next project with 11% off everything now at Menards. Be prepared for spring flooding and keep your basement dry with Barracuda pumps. Pick up this half-horsepower utility pump kit for $88.99 after rebate. Keep your lawn looking great with a new sprinkler system. Visit our plumbing department for Rainbird sprinkler heads and components. Right now, get a gear drive rotor sprinkler for just $8.89 after 11% rebate at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. Over-the-counter hearing aids are a new class of hearing devices regulated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration and an option for adults 18 and over with perceived mild to moderate hearing loss. If your hearing loss is more significant, these devices might not work for you. Get your hearing tested by an audiologist or hearing instrument dispenser. A tip sheet and shopping checklist is available on the Hearing Loss Association of America's website.
A good planet is hard to find. This year, celebrate Earth Day with ABC6. Go to KAAL-TV.com and enter one of our Earth Day contests for a chance to win a gift card to the Plant Shack. Test your knowledge with our online quiz or show how you go green with our photo contest. Then, watch ABC 6 News daytime weekdays at 11 a.m. as we share how our community reduces, reuses, and recycles. It's time to make every day Earth Day. Sponsored by the Plant Shack.
Looking to grow your business in today's increasingly competitive digital market? You need the best marketing options at the best prices. ABC 6 News offers a full range of digital marketing services, including custom website design, targeted online marketing, and SEO plans. Get the exposure your business deserves and drive traffic to your offerings. After all, you deserve the best marketing options at the best price. Visit KAAL-TV.com today to put the power of professional marketing to work for you.
And snow will end tonight. However, winds remain gusty tonight and tomorrow.
All right, thank you guys for joining us at 10.
The bargain shop. When you want new furniture with styles that are nice, and we've made very special buys that are always the right price. Now in all home furniture stores.
Got a big stop at the bargain shop.
Get moving in the most fun-to-drive Honda vehicles yet. Like the Civic, the vehicle car and driver called more fun to drive than the competition. And the HR-V, with more style, a more sporty design, and more exhilarating performance. Get moving and find the Honda for you. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Where there's a flooded basement, there's a solution. Where there are wet spots or musty smells, there's an answer. Where wood damage or dry rot is stealing home value, there's an expert. American Waterworks. For wet basements, wood damage, and effects of dry rot, American Waterworks professional crack repair, waterproofing, sump pumps, and vapor barriers provide long-lasting solutions to tough problems. Wherever moisture problems surface, there's an answer. American Waterworks. Schedule your free inspection and estimate today.
Life's better under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Severe weather.
Breaking news. When news is moving fast, you need a news team to move fast with it.
You also need a resource that is inclusive and a team that builds newscasts to reach everyone in the community.
If you are deaf or hard of hearing, ABC6 News is there for you. Get all of your information with real-time closed captioning.
Never miss a word or warning as real people type every word we say.
Real-time closed captioning is sponsored by Hearing Associates.
When you want a great deal on mattresses,
Gotta make a stop at the bargain shop.
how about a twin mattress for $99 or a queen mattress for just $199?
Gotta make a stop at the bargain shop.
In all home furniture stores.